Welcome to the Big Honker Podcast, brought to you by Pacific Calls. I am Jeff Stanfield with the world-famous Andy Shaver.
I nailed that fucking intro.
Oh, you did it.
Ooh, boy, did I nail I was tapering down the music, got the one at the right time, set you off.
Okay.
It's the little things,
Man,
Jeff.
y'all got the best intro in the game. That fires me up every time.
On with us today, we got Mr. Duncan MacLeod. How are you, bud?
Good. Thank y'all for having me on. Glad to be here.
We're excited to talk to you. We've talked to your uglier half, Nick, several times, but we had never. So how did you and Nick hook up?
So Nick and I are both born and raised in Richmond, Virginia. So just grew up, really close friends, playing baseball and.
Now, are you a pitcher also?
Getting in trouble and all that stuff. So we've known each other for a long, long time.
What position did you play in baseball?
Early on, I was pitcher shortstop, but as competition got stiffer, they moved me to second base in high school. So held down second base through high school and decided not to continue on in college at all. I didn't really try too much. I went I guess the party route and went to University of South Carolina and left the baseball dream behind me. And Nick kept on with it a little while, but Nick was always better. He had a little left-handed pitcher, man. He could throw some gas. So had fun playing with him over the years.
So you were a Gamecock.
I'm a Gamecock, yes sir. Gamecock at heart.
What was the long-haired guy that played quarterback for them? What was his name?
Steven Garcia.
Was that had the real long hair?
Well, Steven Garcia had long hair, pretty long hair for a while. He was there when I was there. Which I guess I graduated 2015, so 2011 to
this
2015.
would have been more. This would have been earlier than that. They had a long-haired sucker was a quarterback for them, long ass hair.
Don't be quizzing me on Gamecock football history now. I won't do too well on that. My dad's from Alabama, so I'm
he has a lot more history.
I'm an Alabama fan actually at South Carolina. Got a lot of shit for that.
South Carolina's a cool school though.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of fun there, man, and made a lot of good lifelong buddies, and wanted to get back down there last year for football, but everything was at that limited capacity and whatnot. So I'm gonna probably get down there for a game this fall if I can, see some old friends and get back to South Cackalack.
Is it this kid, Jeff? It doesn't say his name.
No, I don't think so.
Not that long ago.
The big ugly white boy with long hair. I can't remember who it was.
So how
I didn't realize how shitty a neighborhood Columbia, South Carolina was until I used to watch Cops or Live PD all the time. They made a living right there.
They call it the concrete jungle, man. It's the concrete jungle.
I'm telling you, it's something else.
Also known as the City of Dreams as well. So conflicting messages there.
So
how did you and Nick? Whose idea was this split read? Was it Nick's? Did he come up with this? Like, hey, let's do this together, or how did all this?
Yeah. So originally Nick, before he went on full time with Dive Bomb, kind of wanted to start this, marketing company in the waterfowl industry, and kind of a long story short, I don't know if y'all are familiar with a company or Instagram page called Fly Lords. It's a fly fishing account. They're pretty popular in the fly fishing world and fishing world.
I would not be. No.
Y'all, yeah, I didn't think y'all heard of them, but I'm sure some people who are listening probably heard of them. But I actually started just I've always had kind of side hustle, side business, this or that, and about 2 to 3 years leading up to the start of Split Read, I actually worked with this company called Fly Lords, and essentially just kind of helped develop his business, work with fishing brands and outdoor brands, and kind of negotiate deals and kind of do the whole business side of things. Just working on a commission deal for fun, make a little extra money. And then kind of simultaneously towards the end of that stint with me working with Fly Lords, Nick was trying to, get something going similar to their, their business plan, but in waterfowl, kind of realizing there was a gap and like an opportunity for a company to kind of come in and really work and promote outfitters and lodges around, the country and, the hopes of the world eventually. So I, been kind of helping Nick early on. He would call me and, ask some questions like, what do you think about this and that? And I was like closely involved at the beginning, but I wasn't involved, I guess. It was his buddy, John Hoover, originally who was involved with that. And then actually Bryant Jenkins thought of the name. So that's kind of how it all formed there. And then eventually I kind of got, sick of the commission deal and wanted to go do it on my own and joined up with Nick. And we really, took it to the next level for the past couple, 2 or 3 years now. So that's the short version of how it all kind of started. I don't want to go on too long because it's kind of a longer story, but yeah, man, Nick and I got it going. John Hoover had some personal family stuff he had to attend to and couldn't give it the the attention that it needed. So Nick brought me on to run the whole business side of it. Love hunting waterfowl and hunting and fishing and all that, but don't consider myself, full-time in the industry as, see, I'm wearing this button-down shirt. I'm kind of a slave to corporate America and have been for about 7 years now. So, I just kind of run the business and, love doing it. And I've had a great time meeting a lot of really cool people and doing a lot of traveling and hunting some really cool places. So it's been a blast, man.
Well, and it's so much more than, we had Ryan Barnes on, and it was basically, at first it was this big Instagram page. And like now, you guys you've got articles that come out, you've got different recipes. You are also bringing, you have outfitters that you recommend to hunters, and you have that aspect of things. And, you got a couple big sponsors on now. So, it's just in the last 2 years, I'd say it's just doubled or tripled or quadrupled. I don't know. It's everywhere now.
Oh, it's definitely been growing fast, man. And, we kind of knew, our gut feeling was if we could be different than everybody else and put out, videos or just kind of more, I don't know, spicy kind of content, if you will, just something that was the original, strategy behind it all was just, like you said, it's starting out with an Instagram, putting out different kinds of content than what, we felt like we were getting sick of seeing this, scrolling through your feed and seeing the same old thing pretty much every post, every other post. And so we decided to kind of switch it up and kind of get a little unique with our strategy and see if it would catch on. And sure enough, man, it caught on fast and we're growing faster than I would have ever anticipated 2 or 3 years ago. So it's exciting stuff.
Well, y'all have gotten yourselves involved with a lot of good people, and that makes a big difference.
Get
good outfitters, and you get good call makers, you get good product, whatever it is, because that kind of all runs in the same circle. And
that's right, man. It all comes down to the people, and you wouldn't believe how many deals or checks or money that we've turned down just because it doesn't fit our kind of long-term strategy, which is really centered around slow and steady, finding the right people, spending the time and getting to know our partners and hunting with them and really being able to, stand behind the products we use and sleep easy at night when we have, Jim Bob from, New York who wants to go take his son on a goose hunt and has no idea what to do or where to go. And it's, his son's first goose hunt ever. And so when we are able to kind of take those kind of requests and send them to guys that we really feel are going to give them an experience beyond just killing some birds and in and out of the field, right? Like there's so much more to it than that. Obviously that's the end goal, opportunities at killing birds, decoying birds, but it's the people behind these operations that really allow us to sleep easy at night, knowing that whoever we send them is getting taken care of, and more than just a morning hunt. It goes on. You feel like your friends and family when you leave, and those are the kind of people that we like working with. And yeah, we've turned down a lot of business because it just didn't fit that mold, and it just rubbed us wrong. Or we've heard, through the grapevine some pretty shady type stuff, and so it's been a kind of our core value at this point is really working with the right people, and people that we can kind of stand behind. So it's working. It's definitely working well.
I like the articles. I like reading different articles about different guys, and I like the camps. I like the food articles. I
love to hear that. I love to hear that.
Well, the Squad Fest stuff. That's what people want to read something. That's what people don't read magazines no more.
Yep. No, that's exactly right, man. The articles are an important part to everything. I mean, it all matters. It's like every little piece matters just as much as the next. And the articles, in my opinion, are arguably the most important, for a couple different reasons. One being, you just haven't seen I haven't seen waterfowl articles that are interesting, entertaining, edgy, spicy, debatable, debate type topics, stuff like that. You really see a lot of what's the population, just more of these kind of generic .org type articles, right? And so we kind of really mixed it up and said, let's get some recipes going. Let's interview guides. Let's see what's really going on out there. Not just, interviews of the influencer type people who got a big following, but man, we're doing, we did the guide wife series, Andy, on your wife, and we're doing
still fucking living that one down.
Just switching it up, man. It's cool. It's cool stuff.
World famous. That's where you come out.
Oh, trust me. Trust me.
World famous Miss Shaver.
Yeah. I'm aware.
The deal with the guides. I got a fat friend, Brian Richter, was on with y'all, and I enjoy Brian's a friend of mine, but everybody that guides, not everybody, because there's a lot of, I have guys all the time call us about being on the podcast. Well, I'm a guide, I'm really interested, and then you talk to them and they're not very interesting. But most people that make a living or part-time living, like Brian, that y'all did an article on, they've got a personality or they wouldn't be able to do what they do. They're in sales or something during the week, and then they guide on weekends. But to sit in a field with some guys, good, bad, whatever the hunting's like, you have to have some kind of personality if you're going to do it very long.
Absolutely, man. That's what'll make that's the difference between success and failure. And whether it's outfitting, guiding, I mean, business, it doesn't matter, man. You gotta have a personality. You gotta be personable, and that's gonna carry you, far beyond any other skill set that you have.
Well, I'm gonna toot my own horn for a second, because I just found out a minute ago that I've got a column that they're gonna put in Split Read called Cletus and Ollie.
Oh, yeah, Ryan told me about that, man. I'm excited for that.
And
Andy, you told me about that last week.
Y'all have opened Pandora's box.
We're ready for it, man. We're ready for it.
I'm fixing to send them story number 2 to it, but I just wanted to let you know that Jeff Stanfield is going to have a
columnist
on Split Read. Not all the time, but I'm going to have a column there.
Sure, I understand.
I used to write in 7 newspapers out here, and it's politically not correct at all, but people love to listen and read it.
The good thing is it's.
That's what we're looking for, man. We don't want the politically correct crap. That's boring, man.
The good thing is you've kind of got them boxed in with this Cletus and Otis character.
Cletus and Ollie.
So like he won't be able to stray too much. But when it was just his imagination running wild and writing about some of the shit he did in the paper, let me tell you.
Well, what are some topics that are Ryan hadn't told me any topics yet. He kind of manages that whole side of it all. So what do you got brewing up?
Cletus and Ollie's going to be a story about a retired history teacher from Buffalo, Kansas, where my dad was from. His name's Cletus, which is what I call my granddaughter. She hates that name, so I call her that. Then Ollie's my Labradoodle. It's going to be about him and his friends going hunting, and we're going to start out in North Dakota. And we're going to go up there in North Dakota and hunt. The first story's about hunting in North Dakota. I'm going to use names of my friends, my guides and stuff will be characters in this thing, but they won't be playing themselves. It's not about a hunting outfitter. It's just a retired teacher that's going to go waterfowl hunting all over the United States, and his dog Ollie, Cletus and Ollie.
Hell yeah, I like that. That's the creative side we need to bring more in. That's a big addition for us.
So when you guys kind of transition from just catchy Instagram pictures and stuff like that, and moved more towards, like you said, like the articles and the interviews. Was this like a conscious decision between like you and Nick, or was this just something that you just kind of played around with and then it morphed into what it is now?
No, it was a conscious decision. We knew that we wanted to do that, and we knew that there wasn't really anybody doing that. I mean, you've got the Ducks Unlimited articles and the Delta articles, and you're starting to see people kind of try to start moving towards those kind of digital articles now. But we kind of got ahead of the curve on it. I personally feel that we did, and kind of moved the needle there. So yeah, we were consciously like, we need to get articles going. I mean, the decision is all around, like, you can't just do one thing. Like, you got to do Instagram, you got to do YouTube, we just got to LinkedIn, you got to do it all to stay relevant and to grow. Because a lot of things people don't realize is like, or they might realize, but Instagram and all these platforms that everyone uses are platforms for the consumer, not the producer. And so, as everyone probably knows, is like, when you post or you put some kind of content out there, it's only going to be pushed in front of a small percentage of people that are actually following you or have actually paid attention to what you're doing. And so that's why you can't just kind of do one thing. You've got to hit every single platform all the time, every day, full strength. And that's the recipe for success in the game that we're playing. And so, yeah, the articles that was one piece that we knew we had to have, and we had to go all out on it. And Ryan, man, I loved it. I loved listening to the podcast with Ryan. That was a good one. And I'm glad y'all been getting buddy with Ryan and everything. And, yeah, he's been doing an incredible job, man. He's been here since day one, has kind of steady Eddie, always done a great job, never really, no concerns ever with Ryan. And now he's kind of managing all the other writers and kind of the schedule of the articles. And we plan everything out like at least a month ahead of time. So I could tell you, the articles that we're launching at the end of August and even September. And so Ryan's been doing a really good job of keeping that rolling, and it's only getting stronger.
Has there been a topic that you guys have covered that you look back and you're like, ooh, maybe that was a little too controversial?
I don't think so, man. Again, I'm not, I'm not in this to, make people feel all good and fuzzy inside. Like, we're here to run the best marketing, company and business in the game. And whether we make enemies doing that or hurt people's feelings, like, so be it. It's not really that doesn't really matter to me. We know where to stay in between the lines, and we're not going to go beyond that, obviously. But as long as we're kind of staying in that our own little moral space, which is probably a little wider than most for sure, we're good, man. We're good. So I have no regrets on anything so far.
Well, I mean, you got to kind of toe that line. You got to kind of go a little bit too far to know that you went a little too far. The one that I'm thinking of that you caught, I don't know, you caught heat.
Yeah, I'm curious of what you're thinking of, because I know you're thinking of a specific one.
Does rap music belong in hunting?
Oh
videos? Yeah. The comments got a little.
That was an article. That was a post.
Right.
That was a post.
Yeah.
I'm talking about article.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair enough.
Do you think it does belong in hunting?
That was a controversial post for sure. And I think a lot of people took that one the wrong way. I mean, that's how people are this day and age. They want to blow something up into something that it's so far from being, but it is, whatever. Let them blow smoke. But
do you think they do?
No.
Do I think
rap music needs to belong in hunting?
I think it's personal preference.
Yeah, that was the whole thing behind it, is like, we do debate posts, things that we know people have strong difference in opinions on. Whether we're on one side or the other, right. It's kind of fun to just toss it out there and see what everyone has to say. Personally, like, I don't really like watching hunting videos or fishing videos with rap music, but I will tell you, and I try to make this clear in some responses on comments, I love rap music, and I'll probably rap word for word more lyrics than just about any single person on that entire thread of comments. I guarantee it.
Who's your favorite?
I just like it with my hunting videos. I don't know. I don't like it.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Kodak Black.
I don't even know who is that one of the guys that got shot?
Nah, he probably been shot. I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah.
Have you seen all that shit in Chicago? Some rapper got out of jail and they shot him 54 fucking times on the police,
Shit.
and they said
I didn't see
it
that,
was
man. Nah,
a fatal shot.
Pompano Beach, Florida.
Kodak Black. I hadn't heard Kodak Black.
See,
Check him
80s rap
I'll
music.
check him out. Dirty South Influence. So is he? Oh, he's from Florida. Okay.
He's from Florida. Yeah.
See, you're.
No, I didn't hear about that in Chicago though. But
And another one I saw in L.A. got killed this morning. Some other rapper, Elephant Man or some shit. I don't know. But I'm old, so what I consider rap music.
Elephant Man, actually.
What I consider rap music is not rap music, like the old Ice Cube, NWA stuff.
Yeah, I like the old school rap, that 80s, 90s.
Snoop Dogg.
That's my favorite genre of rap. Kodak, he's new school. Nick will give me lots of shit for liking him, and I think Nick's coming around to him a little bit. It's an acquired taste to say.
I am so glad I don't work in y'all's fucking office if that's what y'all are listening to. I'm telling you right now.
How else do you think you get the creative juices going?
Well, they're young.
Yeah.
He looks like Johnny Manziel.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. You got that Johnny Manziel
I
look.
think I look like Duncan MacLeod.
I think so.
Is that a compliment?
You
or
got
what is that? Is that a backhanded compliment?
You got the urban white boy look going on right there.
That's what I said, man. This is corporate America. I got a job interview in 30 minutes after this, so it's corporate America for me for now until we can take this split read thing to the truly next level and do it full time.
I understand completely. You're just the first guest we've had with the ironed up Oxford shirt on. Ain't happened. Nobody else.
I don't doubt it, man. I had a feeling I might be the first one with it, but
had I known you were dressing up, I'd have dressed up.
I've got the back-to-back interview, so I'm already dressed for the interview. Actually, I had a T-shirt on, but
I bet
quick turnaround for me today.
I bet y'all don't talk about Kodak Black in your next interview.
No, we will not be doing that. No.
I'll have to check him out. See, I like Eminem. I like Lil Wayne. That's about as far as my rap game. Well, I say that.
If it ain't
Eminem's the best lyricist of all times. I'll put mine down on that.
Ever.
He's awesome.
Yeah, like not even close.
I'll tell you how old I am. I remember when Rapper's Delight came out. That was the first rap song.
Rapper's Delight.
Let's hear a verse.
I don't know. Downtown, something Hollywood. What is it? Holiday Inn, Downtown, No Town, Holiday Inn. I can't remember. But if you spin it on the record, I'd know I could go along with it.
The record.
That was the record back then. Was a record. Rapper's Delight. I had the record.
Put the needle down on that record.
No, but I did like it. Run DMC was probably my favorite group. Would have to be who it was.
DMC. I love it.
Mary, why you bugging?
You're dating yourself, Jeff.
I'm old. I am old. I told him I used to go to Skate World and it was Rapper's Delight. That was the first rap song.
Old and proud, baby. Old and proud.
But I remember when that post got on Instagram, and I've read more comments, and because it fucking blew up. There were a lot of comments on that.
So people thought it was racist or something, or what?
I think people.
No,
well, it just
people thought we were taking shots at like 24/7 Hunt or something, and like started tagging them in all of this, and we were like, man,
we're not.
That are they the only ones who've ever put rap music on it? Like, you know how many thousands of Instagram reels and videos that editors are putting, rap music too. I mean, it didn't even cross our mind, and then people start tagging them, and we've never met those guys. We've got nothing against those guys, and would love to meet them and hunt with them one day. But people try to shake up something and get something going about that, and tagging them, and I mean, it just became such a political deal that it's no surprise. I mean, it's 2021, so what do you expect? I mean, that's what people do now.
People need thicker skin.
Well, and I mean, it's not like y'all said rap music does not belong in hunting videos. You just said, what do you think?
Yeah.
Can it go? And
I was fired up for a couple of days with some of the messages and responses. After a while, I'm just like, I don't really care what y'all say. Again, I'm not in this to make y'all feel all fuzzy inside. I mean, we're running a business. We're putting out content that's going to get engagement, comments. I mean, that's the game. So,
and at the end of the day,
people can think what they want.
At the end of the day, like, that's exactly what you wanted. Like, you want something that's going to create engagement.
Exactly. And controversy and debate. So thank everybody who took part in those comments.
Gotcha, bitch.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, I can't thank y'all enough for the world famous Andy Shaver deal. That has been great for us. So there you go.
I know. When y'all gonna send me one of those shirts? I've been seeing y'all making shirts.
They're sending Pacific's supposed to be sending me one. I'll make sure you get one also.
Ah, cool. I'll rock that for you.
So where else? I mean, how much further can we take this? What's the ultimate goal with Split Reed?
Oh, we're just getting started, man. There's a long ways to go. We've already tried to be like, all right, are we going to get into turkey and upland yet? And so we brought on some new guys to help kind of with that business development type side, and they were getting going on upland and turkey. And Nick and I are trying to continue with the waterfowl world, and we're just realizing there's still so much and so many good outfitters in so many different states around the country. There's brands that we'd like to work with, and there's so many. There's just so much left in waterfowl that we feel we kind of got these guys like, oh, let's all just stick with waterfowl for now until we truly feel like we've maxed waterfowl out. Which honestly is, I don't even know if that will happen or if it's going to happen. I don't know, to be determined, I guess. But as y'all know, man, waterfowl is growing so fast that we're just right there in it, growing with it. So I don't know if there's a cap on waterfowl, and I don't know. Eventually, needless to say, we're gonna move into turkey and upland and kind of do the whole everything wing shooting. That's the goal, and we'll go international with waterfowl as well for sure. COVID was honestly a blessing for us because we've had so many international waterfowl lodges reaching out to me, being like, "Hey, how do we work with Split Reed? How do we market to the American clients and so on and so forth?" And COVID happened, and so we couldn't even entertain those conversations at all, which is a good thing because we needed to pump the brakes. You get going too fast and moving too fast, you're gonna start slacking on your current clients and the current people that you are working with, and that's how you crumble. And so we're kind of glad that it slowed us down a little bit, honestly. But that's still in the scope. I mean, we're looking to go international waterfowl, turkey, upland, and then, man, I've got some outfits in South Africa, like big game safari outfits in South Africa, hitting me up on WhatsApp trying to get involved with Split Reed, and I'm like, man, we are very far from that, but it's exciting to have that, have them reaching out to us, wanting to take part in what we're doing. So who knows what the future will hold, man. I'm excited to see where it all goes.
I don't think there's a max on the waterfowl because waterfowl hunters are unique. I mean, there's guys that deer hunt and stuff, but waterfowl hunters seem to be, it's kind of like a sailor. Once they get that in their blood to be a sailor, the guys, waterfowl hunting's the same way. And, a guy can afford to buy a couple dozen duck decoys, go to a farm pond and take his kid and hunt. Deer hunting is an expensive deal. Now, goose hunting is expensive, but duck hunting is not. And those guys get in it, and they get trapped, and they buy a little bit here and a little bit there, and they get all the way involved. So I don't think duck hunting. I think we've just really starting to get to the pinnacle, or not the pinnacle. I think we're getting to the good stuff, and I think there's a long way to go up still.
It's crazy. Waterfowl hunters are freaking diehard, and they're brand loyal, and they'll fight it to the death on who's better, this or that, as y'all know. And it's a very it's a different breed of hunters, and I've really started to, now that I'm very involved, way more involved in the industry than I ever thought I would be. I'm starting to realize it's a different breed for sure, but it's cool, man. It's fun.
I'd like to know the numbers on the outfitters that are in business today that was in business in 2015, 2010, 2000, 1990, because it has just blown up in the last 5 years, the number of people that are outfitters.
Oh yeah, you're not lying, man. And then you got a lot of states where you don't have to have a license of any kind. You can just start running hunts.
That's us here in Texas.
First day of the season. Yeah. Texas is one, and so you have all these guys popping up left and right, and it's interesting because I ask myself the same thing. I'm like, social media has created, has actually made, literally made outfitters what they are today, and have mean, they're making millions. I mean, that's kind of what social media has done. And I'm curious to see like the guys that have been running hunts for 25, 30 years. I know they're seeing that shift, and I'm sure they're losing business, and I'm sure some of them have gone out of business, which is a damn shame, because those are some of the guys that we'd like to find, and work with. If you're a good outfitter and a reputable, guy, and you treat your clients like family, and you kill birds and so on and so forth, and you don't have a social media, that's fine, man. We do not care. That's the kind of person that we want, not the person that has 50,000 followers on Instagram and they're not really worth a damn, but it's just kind of that. It's been a weird shift, and we're kind of obviously right in the midst of it. But I've kind of been asking myself that same thing. I'm sure it's a lot. I'm sure it's a lot.
There are old school outfitters in Texas. I don't know of one old school outfitter in Oklahoma that I know of. I'm sure there may be somebody I didn't know, but I mean, we've been in business almost 30 years. And since I've been in business, I know of 2 places in Texas that is in business when we got into business. I don't know of any in Oklahoma. There's just not a lot of them have been in business over 20 years. I mean, it just don't happen. It's a hard deal too, because it's a lifestyle. As an outfitter, if you run one group a day, that's a lot of work on one guy to scout, do everything by himself. So you either got to get away from that and start running 3 and 4 groups a day. Then you have to own a lodge. I mean, there's just a lot of variables go through it. It's hard on a guy. You either got to say, hey, I'm just going to do this by myself. I'm going to work 2.5 months, and I'm going to make $50,000 a year guiding hunts, and that's going to be what I'm going to do. Or you got to go all in to make $100,000 a year and make a good living for your family. Right. And that's kind of where it's at. And I don't know how
it's a lucrative game. I know it's a lucrative game if you can do it right and keep your books filled. You're doing well for yourself. I know that, but it's so competitive now. It's hard. If you start an outfit tomorrow, it's going to be hard to establish yourself and fill those books. It just is.
If you rely on first time bookings, you're going to be in trouble. You better have your books with about 70% of repeat customers. Like when our season ends, I know that 75% of our dates are going to be gone for next year with repeat guys. Now, that don't mean they're going to book their hunt in November or October of when they left. But right now, I've got a bunch of customers that are going to call me in the next 3 weeks to a month and book a hunt, because they do all the time at the same time. And they take whatever dates are left. But the new guy that's sitting there waiting for his phone to ring, it's tough. And I don't know how a guy is in business that's not on social media nowadays.
No, fuck no.
You can't. It's we get so many people asking us how to help them get to that social media presence level, and it's great for us because we specialize in that, But if you're not, whether you're good, bad, I mean, whatever it is, if you want to book hunt, you're going to have you need to have a good looking website. You got to have a good professional looking website. You got to have a good social media presence, and that's. People are clicking away from you if you don't. Whether you're the best outfitter in the entire state or not, you will have people clicking past you because of that presence on the internet. It's crazy the way it is, but that's definitely how it is.
And a thing that I think hurts a lot of young guys that are outfitters is drinking. Now, I'm not coming off as a preacher, because I'm not by any means.
You're just an old fucking curmudgeon is what you are.
If you want to get drunk with your clients every night, you won't be in this business very long. Because something bad, you're not going to get up in the morning one morning, or someone's going to get drunk and there's going to be an altercation at night. Don't drink with your clients. If you want to go home and have 3 beers, go home and have 3 beers and go to bed.
Yeah.
But, here,
I agree with that.
Here's the deal with drinking with clients is most outfitters get a fresh batch of guides every second or third day.
Right.
So you got to be fresh every second or third day.
They're ready to do some partying.
And they're ready. They're on vacation. So that first night, if you're trying to keep up with your guys and you've been doing this for a month straight, you're burning the candle at both ends. And good luck to you.
That'll wear you down. And word gets around, man. You wouldn't believe how many times we've heard, this guy or that guy showed up stoned or still drunk from the night before, and it's just a bad look. Like I party with the best of them, man. Like I get it, but like you gotta be able to separate that. If you want to stay relevant in this business or really any business, you got to be able to have cutoff points and be able to kind of maintain that. So it's a bad look for sure, and you ain't going to be around for long if you keep rolling that way. There's no doubt about it.
Do you guys have like a vetting process? Say a new outfitter reaches out to you guys, hey, we want to work with Split Reed. Do y'all have like a vetting process that y'all go through to make sure that they're a legitimate outfitter and they've got a decent reputation?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we've got a couple different tiers of kind of the outfitters that work with us, kind of that premier tier, and then kind of just the standard onboarding tier. And so when they do reach out to us, if we've never heard of them, or we've never, don't know personal, people that we are very close friends with that have hunted with them and trust their word on it and stuff like that, we're not gonna work with them until we go and hunt with them ourselves, whether that's me or Nick or Christina or we've got 10 or 15 different people that are working for us now. We're gonna go and hunt with you before we really start like putting our name and stamping our approval stamp or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of the one thing that's been like it's been beneficial, especially because Nick was traveled so much with Dive Bomb. So he's hunted with hundreds of outfitters, and most likely he's hunted or one of the Dive Bomb guys has hunted with, someone that's calling us. And so it's an easy kind of like, hey, yes or no kind of deal, which makes it easy for us. And it's definitely an advantage that Nick has spent a lot of time hunting with a lot of outfitters. But, so have I, and so has everybody else. So kind of collectively, we've spent a lot of time getting around the country and hunting with different people. So we've got a pretty good idea of like people that what it takes for us to want to kind of work with you, and what's like, hey, we're all set, man. We don't care how much money you have. And so, yeah, I mean, to answer your question, yeah, we absolutely have a vetting process. It varies a little bit, whether it kind of just like, it really depends on who has or hasn't hunted with you. And if no one that we're close with has, then we're going to come hunt with you before anything else. Cover our flight, whatever. Let's come down, hunt, get to know you, and see if it's a good fit. If it's not, it was fun hunting with you. Maybe another lifetime or something. But if it's a great fit, let's talk. Let's get you up and running. Let's get you in the schedule and kind of officially partner with you. So yeah, that's kind of what we've been doing.
Has there ever been an instance where you did fly out to a outfitter and it was not a good fit?
Yeah, I mean, we've had.
You obviously don't have to name names here.
No, I would never do that. But yeah, we've definitely had kind of gone and hunted with people, and it is, I mean, completely the opposite of what you're anticipating. They got a good social media presence, good website. Looks like they're killing them every day. It looks like they're legit. You go hunt with them, and you're kind of like looking left and right, like, is this really the program that we're running right now? Like, it's crazy. Like you have to go and spend some time with these people to really see what the operation's like. And so we've had, early on, you have to take, we had to take a few risks, a little bit of leaps of faith here and there, and we found out with some people pretty damn quick this isn't going to work. And we pulled the plug on contracts like immediately in the middle of the season, sent their money back. Don't care, don't want it, don't want anything to do with you. It's a business decision, no hard feelings. And so, yeah, I've got no problem doing that.
It's a damn.
I really don't.
Well, I just happened to glance at Instagram a minute ago. And I looked up Kodak Black.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't have one right now. I think he deleted it.
No, it's there. How the hell? How much money do these freaking guys make? Where are they making all their money?
Dude, Spotify and YouTube, I think.
Do they just not put no money in the fucking bank? Do they just carry it all with them?
I don't know. I saw a video of him throwing $100,000 into the ocean.
I saw that. I didn't know that's who that was. Yeah, that's him too.
Got torn apart for doing that.
Yes.
He threw $100,000.
$100,000 in the water just to throw it away.
Oh my god.
They're making money, man. So I read something. Spotify pays. If you got 500 million views or listens on 10 or 15 different songs, you're making six figures a year just from that. And then you add YouTube to the mix, and it's crazy how much money you can make from Spotify and YouTube, whether you're an artist or a the Bobby Guys of the world making a lot of money off of YouTube, and those platforms pay. They really
What's
do.
crazy is he can say kill a cop, motherfucker, and he ain't going to get demonetized. But we can call Nancy Pelosi a name, and they're going to demonetize us, Andy.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of shit.
It's funny how that works.
But I just looked at his deal, and he's got a private jet. He's got millions of dollars, gold teeth. His teeth cost more than frickin' this ranch around us does.
Post Malone, he has $1 million smile now. He spent $1 million. He's got diamonds in his teeth.
I would never spend about $1 million to blow on something. It sure as hell is not going to be diamond teeth or a car or anything materialistic other than maybe a house. I mean, I'd spend it on a house for sure. But
fake boobs are a good investment, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Get all your ladies. Yeah, get all your ladies.
Well, I've just bought one set in my life. I don't plan on buying another set ever. But
we know a guy that's bought 3 sets.
Yeah, those are.
You still got 900. You still got 900,000 left over after the set.
Yeah.
So you still got some spending money.
The guy that's bought 3 sets, those are all secondhand titties.
Yeah.
He paid for them, and somebody else plays with them. Though that's how that works.
Second hand is the one that plays with them.
Well,
Duncan, my man, we got about 3 minutes left with you. You got a hard out in 3 minutes.
Man. I know we got the hard stop. We'll have to do another one once the season gets rolling. I could talk with y'all all day.
We would absolutely love to. You and Nick need to get down here at some point. Try to.
Ryan's coming. Don't leave Ryan out. Ryan's my man. That's my editor.
Yeah, Ryan's already come.
Yeah, Ryan's coming. I know that, but he kind of fucked me with this nickname. So
that's okay.
I need you or Nick here to have my back against these vultures when Ryan gets here.
Oh man, we'll try to make that happen for sure. And I know we gotta talk about doing another hunt giveaway this year, because I know that did really well last year, and so at least one of us will be there for that time whenever it is. And
you gonna be at Game Fair?
Yeah, we're pumped for the season.
You gonna be at Game Fair?
I am not. Christina maybe is gonna go, but well, we'll plan out our summer events a little bit better next year. We obviously went and had a presence at Squad Fest. Not me personally, but
is Christina the lady that was at Squad Fest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all done a good job.
Yeah, she's working full time for us now, man. She's full time on salary, so she's deserved it, and she's freaking talented and got an awesome personality. So I'm excited to have her full time. I really.
She's going to be at Fox News eventually. She looks like.
No, we're not gonna let her. We're not gonna let Fox News come scoop her up, man. We'll pay her more than that.
She looks like one of the chicks that would work there. She does. Whoever hired her has a good eye for talent.
Yeah, she's got I like her attitude too. She's I've spent some time going around and hunting with her too, and you know how guys are, especially hunters, and she ain't gonna take any shit from anybody. She'll fire right back at you and make your dick feel about this small. So she's a firecracker, man. So you got to watch out for her.
See, my dick walks around that small, so like if I get cut up by her, it's even worse.
So you're a grower, not a shower.
I don't even have that. I can't even confidently say that at this point.
Well, good luck on your interview, bud.
Yeah, good luck. It was a pleasure. We look forward. We'll talk to you during the season, and we'll do something a little bit further.
Yeah, thank y'all so much for having me on, and we'll do it again and keep on chatting.
Yes, sir. Have a good day.
Duncan. See you, bud.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Bye.
See ya.
Beat that.
Kodak Black,
motherfucker. Pop, pop.
I saw that guy throwing money, and I didn't know who it was.
$100,000 just in the harbor?
I just thought it was just
to say fuck it.
I wish I'd known what harbor it was. I'd have been swimming. But I saw that, and I thought, man, what a fucking just stupid. I mean, stupid. But
do you think it was real? Because Floyd Mayweather.
I think
he throws the money in the air.
I think it's real.
And it's all $1 bills.
Well, if you threw $100,000, I don't know if it's hundreds or dollars.
No, I understand that. But I remember when Connor and Floyd fought. Floyd comes in throwing fucking money everywhere.
It was dollars.
Connor picks one. He's like, these are fucking singles.
Anyways, I looked at his video, and he's got stacks of cash. It just amazes me. And now it makes sense, because just this week alone, 3 different rappers have been murdered. One dude got murdered on the fucking police deal. Some girl paid $5,000 to bond him out. He walks out of the hospital. The deal gets shot 54 fucking times. And the article said it was a fatality. Well, fucking got shot 54 fucking times. He looks like Swiss cheese.
Fucking hope it's a fatality.
But then there was another one in L.A. and one in Seattle, too. And I'm thinking, why the fuck these fuckers just keep getting shot? Well, that's why. They're carrying around fucking $1 million.
No shit. They never did figure out who shot like Tupac and Biggie and all them, did it? It was Suge Knight.
I think Suge Knight. I watched that documentary. That's a damn good Notorious Big or whatever it was called.
Now, did they all get shot the night Tyson bit off Holyfield's ear?
Tupac did. Tupac got shot with Suge Knight.
Suge Knight.
I think Suge Knight was driving the car. I think. I've never been real big on the rapper game, so I didn't even know what it is. I'd never heard a Notorious Big song Biggie. Was it Biggie Smalls? Is that who he was? Or was it Notorious Big? Is that the same guy?
I think that's the same guy.
Okay. Anyways, that was a really good documentary on Netflix. Very good.
But so was he shot after Tupac?
He was shot
in New York, wasn't he?
Yes. They thought it was East Coast, West Coast deal. Puff, was it Puff Diddy? Is that his name?
Diddy.
P. Diddy. They think he was involved with it because him and Biggie Smalls were buddies. And Tupac was with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and all them, I think, and Suge Knight. I think. I don't know shit about rap.
I think you're right. It says it right there.
That what?
Pulling it up. Right there. Tupac Shakur attended the no, it was Bruce Seldon versus Mike Tyson.
With Suge Knight. He was with Suge Knight and got killed in the deal. What year did that happen?
Shooting. It doesn't. I don't know. I can't really find it. It'll say over here, I bet. I'd say 94 maybe? Right around there?
I don't know.
96.
96, okay.
September 7th.
All right. The next year is when they had the Tyson fight. Me and Mom went to Vegas.
We watched the Tyson fight out here.
No. And me and Mom caught a plane the next day and went to Vegas because we were there the day afterwards. We left the next day, and they were talking about all the shit that had gone down there. We've been to Vegas 2 times when shit's happened. We went there right after that fight, and we went right after the NBA All-Star game when the people fucking stole all the shit.
So I remember seeing that this might have been Suge Knight also got hit in the head.
But if they shot him in the ass, it killed him.
Hit in the head by a fragment. The cops blocked it off. Blocked off the road. So some people are saying that the cops were in on the take. It says right there, 11:05, Shakur and Knight were halted on Las Vegas Boulevard by officers. And then 10 minutes later, a white Cadillac rolled up.
Who knows?
But so they think that Biggie was a retaliation to Tupac in that documentary that you watched?
Or vice versa.
Whatever happened
Which
first.
one of them got shot first? I think the other one was a retaliation.
You know.
What's the big deal with fucking East Coast, West Coast? I don't understand what the big fight's about.
Jeff.
Tell me then. You don't either.
I don't know either.
I mean, I don't understand. So
I think it's got to do something. I think Suge Knight is the catalyst for a lot of that. I don't know that for sure, but I'm just kind of going off.
He held Ice Baby over the balcony of the fucking
allegedly. Did they ever say if that was true or not?
The story is that's what what's Vanilla Ice says he did.
Did he?
That's what Vanilla Ice says. I don't have
Vanilla
a clue.
Ice said that it.
Yes.
That it did.
I don't have a clue one way or the other.
You know, it's funny. We were talking about Prince. He's got a new album coming out. He's like Tupac. Him and Tupac are fucking putting out albums.
So he's really alive then.
From beyond the grave. So maybe Prince and Tupac are like collaborating together.
I listened to a podcast called motherfucker, what's the name? Disgraceland. And it's on one of the forums, Patreon or Waypoint or one of them. And it's about celebrities and all the shit that's went on and crap, and it was on Prince about how he died and stuff, and they'd saved Prince's life like 3 months earlier, and they landed his private jet somewhere, and he had to be given Narcan and shit.
Really?
But he was on some kind of dope, and he was taking it all the time, and he was very talented. I've caught a lot of shit about that today. I've had some people make fun of me saying that Prince was very talented.
Well, some people are on my side?
No. They were making fun of me for saying Prince was talented.
What?
Oh yeah. How can you not think Prince is talented?
Who the fuck would say that?
Just people. It don't matter. But
that's ugly.
Prince was very talented.
Yes, he was.
And so was Michael Jackson. I caught shit for that too.
Why? I don't understand why people have such a hard time calling a spade a spade. If the motherfucker...
I don't think that's the term you should use.
Oh, that's ugly of you, Jeff. If the motherfucker sells... What did we say? Wasn't it like 50 million albums or something like that?
He was a badass.
He's obviously got something going for him.
He's very talented. Now, see, when I listen to Eminem.
Yes.
What's the song about Mom's Spaghetti?
Mm-hmm. Lose yourself. You're not even scratching the surface.
No, but to me, that's a really good song of his because it was mainstream. And the one with him and Elton John.
well, Stan. He didn't do that with Elton John originally.
But he did do it because he made fun of fags or something and said fag.
Yes.
And Elton John come out and said, you know what, the guy can say what he wants. And I like Elton John for doing that. But he's a talented guy. There's no doubt about it.
Jeez.
It's just not my type of stuff. I also don't think guys playing bluegrass fiddle are good. They're good. I'm just not my cup of tea. I don't want to listen to that. So Michael Jackson is a very talented man, or was.
Eminem was the lyrics that he puts together are just insane.
I'm not denying that. I just don't listen to it, so I can't. But to me, if I think someone's talented, I think they're talented.
Well, what's funny is when like you catch, because like they'll drop little nuggets in there. Let me find the song of Eminem.
And boy, I've caught shit over Stevie Ray Vaughan from Texans. Yes,
Why?
Stevie Ray Vaughan was a great guitar player. Eddie Van Halen. My favorite band ever is Van Halen. I like Eddie Van Halen. That's my guy.
Well,
that I like. I do like Stevie Ray Vaughan. I listen to him a lot.
And here's another thing that people don't realize. We're doing this off the cuff.
Yeah, we don't study.
When I brought up Prince, that was the first time that I think I've ever talked to you about Prince.
Never. We've never talked about it.
So when a conversation like that gets brought up and you're thinking of all these great guitarists off of the cuff, like Prince, you'll have Jimi Hendrix, obviously, you'll have Van Halen, and then, you can start thinking about some riffs that you've heard, like from AC/DC and stuff like that. But whenever you start getting to like those obscure people, I'm not saying that Stevie Ray Vaughan is obscure, but it's not a name that I carry around in my head all the time.
He was a great guitarist, blues guitarist, whatever you want to call him. He was great. But you don't...
Like I didn't think of B.B. King until I saw his name on there.
I've had a lot of people talk about that too. And B.B. King was great, and Lucille was his guitar. But we do everything. We don't have notes. If you come in here and sit here, and you're at the lodge when we do a podcast, because we have people that sit here and watch us do a podcast, there's no paperwork. There's no notes. Like, if you watch Shannon and Dickhead, Skip, they got fucking notes. They know what they're going to talk about before they study it. They got a format. They got an outline. They got video stuff that comes up. We do everything just off of it's our personalities and what we feel like. So sometimes we fuck up.
I fuck up a lot, and I'll admit it.
We both do, but
it's not that easy to recall.
No, we talk about all kinds of shit.
Whoever.
From books, magazines, East Coast, West Coast. Yeah, I woke up today and thought, we're going to talk about some East Coast, West Coast hip-hop rivalry. But whatever it was, whatever caused it, but it shocks me the amount of money that they have in rap game. Because them guys have got... Country music artists must definitely use banks and stock market. Because the rappers, they carry that shit with them everywhere they go. They're either wearing their money around their neck and in their teeth, or they're carrying it in $100 bills.
So basically right there it says East Coast, West Coast, hip-hop feud between East and West Coast. It basically started with Tupac and Death Row Records. And
Death Row was Suge Knight and Dr. Dre and all them,
and then
right?
they had Bad Boy Records, which was like B.I.G. and all them.
Well,
so in 1993, fledgling A&R executive record producer P. Diddy founded Bad Boys Record, and then I think and then in 95, Death Row Records got all their shit. So
Biggie Smalls' mom was from Jamaica, and it was pretty interesting. That's an interesting documentary on him. I will say this much for Puff Daddy or Puff Diddy or whatever his fucking name is. The guy is a businessman because you don't see him carrying around wads of money, and he's a rich bastard.
So this says here, after the release of Who Shot Ya, which Shakur interpreted as a diss song mocking the robbery shooting, Tupac appeared on numerous tracks, aiming, threatening, antagonizing against Biggie. So,
did they ever catch Who Shot Biggie?
I don't think they caught either one.
They might as well get shot in Chicago because that's about what happens there.
I was gonna find you the Eminem song you need to listen to.
That's okay. I don't need to listen to Eminem.
You don't think you'd like it?
No, I don't. I don't care about it. I don't. There's a lot of stuff I need to listen to. I was going to listen to one of Kodak Black's deal, and then I saw it, and then I thought, I ain't doing that. But you know what? Logan Pyatt, fanboy Logan, he sent me a music today because I was giving him shit about going to this videos of these people I'd never seen. And he had where's that here? sent it to me today. Maybe it went to you and me both.
Yes.
Okay. That guy was pretty good. Paul Cawthon, Cocaine Country Dancing.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad song.
I never have heard that song before. He was pretty good.
Poochie shot Biggie.
Who the fuck's Poochie?
Poochie. According to police detective who spent 3 years investigating the murder of Biggie Smalls, the man pictured above, Wardell Faust, a.k.a. Darnell Bolton. That makes sense. I would get Darnell Bolton out of Wardell Faust. I could draw that comparison.
Didn't you go to school with a Carnell who had some other name?
A.k.a. How many fucking AKAs can you have?
That's when you know you got
Wardell Faust, a.k.a. Darnell Bolton, a.k.a. Poochie, was the trigger man who killed Biggie 15 years ago today.
$13,000 is what they paid him for that.
Wow.
Whew.
Now, I don't know if I'd consider Biggie one of the greatest rappers of all time.
I don't have a clue. I don't even know who. I can't name you three When we got off of the rappers and we talked about Kodak Black or whoever there was, if you'd have told me to name 10 other rappers and you said, Jeff, I'll give you $1 million to name 10 rappers right now, you'd be safe at one or two because I wouldn't have a clue.
But I think this is another one of those times where he's gotten a lot better since he's dead.
I
Don't
know. Never listened to him.
I can pull up his top song, Juicy, Hypnotize, heard that, Big Papa, Mo Money, Mo Problems.
Is that You Call Me Big Papa? Is that what it says?
When you call me, yeah, I think
Okay.
that's him. But I mean,
That's it.
I don't know that I'd say. I don't know that I'd venture that far to say one.
So
of the
you're telling me
greatest
that
alive.
this guy's not he's not the original Rapper's Delight.
I've never heard that song.
Yeah, you have.
Rapper's Delight.
You've heard it. You just don't realize you've heard it before. Yeah, you have.
It's a song. It's not like
it's the
a
name of
skate
it's
park?
the song. It's the first rap song
Rapper's Delight. Let's play it.
by Sugarland Gang or some shit.
Sugar Hill Gang.
Yeah, Sugar Hill Gang.
The service out here is atrocious.
This is what will go out today too.
I said a hip
Hop, hippity hop, hop.
Okay, I've heard it.
Told you, have a hip hop hippity hop. I'm gonna listen to that on the way home now.
Yeah, I can give you a good Eminem song if you're
That's
in
okay.
the market for
That's
this.
okay.
If you're in the market for this kind of stuff.
All right, y'all. Remember, we're gonna have a big giveaway coming up.
Yep.
Thank y'all for listening to us. We're gonna get Matt Peel on here next week and do another dog update if he's not so busy on the road.
That son of a bitch, he's living on the road right now.
And just FYI, I do have some dates left. I've had a lot of people calling me and asking if we have some dates left. We do have some dates left. Every month I've got a few dates left. Not a bunch, but I do have dates left. Cranes, ducks, geese, holler at me. Oklahoma, I got some duck hunting dates left. We got water up there we're going to be hunting on this year. Awesome morning duck hunting. 940-658-3172. Is it okay if I plug Stanfield Hunting Outfitters?
I think you probably should.
And look us up at StanfieldHunting.com. Anyways, thank y'all very much. God bless y'all. Have a great day. We will see you at Game Fair. Andy, are you going to Rogers?
Probably not.
Okay, Andy won't be in Rogers. I may be in Rogers also that Saturday.
You're going to go to Rogers?
I may go Saturday, and then I got to get back because we're flying out on Monday. So Saturday.
Fucking world traveler.
Yep.
Where else? I mean, my goodness. You're going to Mexico in August. You're going to Maine in October. In February, we've got a big podcast trip that we haven't announced to Mexico yet.
And we're going to Puerto Rico in May.
We're going to Puerto Rico in May.
Yep, and me and Mom are going to Normandy in July.
What the fuck?
Yep. That's why I work hard, so I can spend my money. Spending y'all's inheritance every day.
Gee, I wish you put that energy to something productive.
What do you mean? I'm traveling. That is productive. Now I'm writing I'm going to be writing a
You're
column.
a columnist now, all
Yeah.
of a sudden.
Yeah.
Did it feel good?
Cletus and Ollie.
Did it feel good to get your fingers limbered up again like you did years ago in the news, Knox County News?
I used to like to ride a lot. I enjoyed it. I threw Luke Musgrove. One of my farmers' name was Clyde Musgrove. Threw Lucas Clyde in there. I'm gonna have a lot of people in there. Ride a lot of people. Otis Earl's in it.
So that's where I got Cletus and Otis.
Yeah, it's Cletus and Ollie's the name of the stories. And I'm gonna write one next. We're gonna be in North Dakota again. We're gonna be doing a little field mallard action at the second hunt.
Just don't embarrass us, Jeff.
Oh, I've already mentioned the podcast in you.
Shameless plug.
The world famous Andy Shaver.
All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Go check out all of our sponsors. You want to go get you a new goose or duck call, you got to go to Pacific Calls. That's the way to go. Dive Bomb. They just released their new Pose with Speckle Bellies, V2 alternate, Boss Shot Shells, Shin Waders, Dirty Duck Coffee, Lucky Duck, Looking Glass Duck Club, Gun Dog Outdoors, Goose Creek Retrievers, Bangtail Whiskey, Eyesight Drone Service, and Stanfield Hunting Outfitters.